Now we go over to the infectious and non-infectious diseases. The diseases which spread due to the infection by microorganisms are called infectious diseases. It is communicated from the diseased person or sick person to a healthy person by some biological agents or pathogens like viruses, bacteria, fungi, protozoa, worms, etc. Non-infectious diseases are those diseases which do not spread by contact between infected and healthy person through air and water. They are called non-infectious diseases. Example, arthritis, heart disease, blood pressure, etc. are non-infectious. Then they are caused by certain genetic abnormalities. I told you about wrong type of lifestyle, some wrong addictive habits, etc. are the causes of non-infectious diseases. Let us look at some pictures of different microorganisms that are causing these diseases. Children, let me tell you, you won't be asked to draw all these or anything, but some small objective questions can be asked. Like now, recent times we are having the COVID virus that is causing so much trouble in our lifestyle, or that is affecting our lives now. Similarly, there are many other organisms that can cause diseases of various sorts. The first picture on the screen is a SARS virus that is coming out of the surface of an infected cell. You don't have to learn anything much, just remember the name, SARS virus. Next one is a trypanosoma. That will come as an objective question for you. Trypanosoma is a protozoan. It causes sleeping sickness. It has got a saucer shape. You know, cup and saucer, like that saucer shaped substance lying next to the protozoa, that is a red blood cell. So near to the trypanosoma, you have got the red blood cell. The next one is a bacteria that is called the Staphylococcus bacteria. The Staphylococcus bacteria causes acne. What are acne? Like you have pimples on your face. Some dark brownish or blackish spots may come in your skin. They are called acne. They are caused by the Staphylococcus bacteria. And these acne you usually get along with the pimples on your skin. Next one, you have the roundworm. It is actually belonging to a type of animal kingdom called Ascel nemathelminthus, and it is an adult roundworm. It is found in the small intestine. Its technical name is Ascaris lumbricoides, and it can cause intestinal problems. It's a parasite that lives in the small intestine. It is an organism of the animal kingdom. Next, we go over to the next organism, that is Leishmania, which is also a protozoa that causes Kala Azar. It is a type of disease. Kala Azar is a disease, and this organism causing it is Leishmania. The organisms are oval shaped and each has got one long whip-like structure. Next, we go over to the microorganisms. What are microorganisms? Microorganisms, various types are there: viruses, bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and worms. As you can look on the see on the screen, the diseases caused by the viruses, you can learn some examples: common cold, influenza, measles, chickenpox, AIDS, hepatitis B. You can add one more to that list now, corona. Then second one is bacteria. The diseases caused are cholera, typhoid, TB, tetanus, anthrax, food poisoning, etc. Fungi causes skin infections like eczema, ringworms, etc. Protozoans cause malaria, Kala Azar, amoebic dysentery, sleeping sickness, and worms causes intestinal infections, etc. Elephantiasis, etc. Now we go over to antibiotics. What are antibiotics? Antibiotics are components that block the biochemical pathways important for the bacteria. They are effective against the bacteria. Example, penicillin, tetracycline. Many bacteria, they make a cell wall to protect themselves. The antibiotic penicillin blocks the bacterial process that builds the cell wall. Antibiotics can work only against the bacteria but not against the viruses. Why? Why are they not effective against the viruses? Because viruses do not have their own biochemical pathways. Viruses enter into the body of a living organism and uses their body machinery to carry on with the life processes. So antibiotics are not effective against viruses. Now look at the diagram. where you can see the common methods of transmission of diseases by infected person to a healthy person through food, mosquito bite, or through rabid dog, and by air, by direct contact, etc. The diseases are spread. Similarly, through indirect contact also, that means by using the things that are being used by an infected person, also a healthy person may get sick. So means of spread of infectious diseases. Infectious diseases can spread from an infected person to a healthy person through air, water, food, vectors. Vectors means carriers like the mosquitoes, physical contact, and sexual contact. Just look at the diagram, how through the air, the particles of air, how the air transmitted diseases are caused. You can see, look at the diagram and you can understand that one man, when he is either coughing or sneezing, small droplets of water evaporate to droplet nuclei. And these droplet nuclei are carried by the air currents and they stay in the air from minutes to hours. And the larger droplets are settling down to the ground in a few seconds. And of course, they are being inhaled by any person who is there in the surroundings. So in this way, air transmitted diseases are easier to catch. Through air, by sneezing or coughing, the microbes spread into the air and they enter into the body of a healthy person. Common cold, tuberculosis, pneumonia, etc. are caused by this method. Through water, the microbes enter into our body by drinking or eating polluted and contaminated water or food, and the diseases caused are cholera, amoebic dysentery, etc. Vectors are certain carriers like organisms like female Anopheles mosquito. You are quite familiar. Also work as a vector of a disease like malaria, dengue, yellow fever, etc. Through sexual contact, the sexually contacted diseases are syphilis, AIDS, spread by sexual contact with infected person. AIDS virus also spread through blood transfusion and from the mother to her child during pregnancy or through breastfeeding. Now, a small note is there about AIDS. Is a very important question. What is AIDS? The full form of AIDS is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. How is AIDS caused? It's caused by a retrovirus called HIV, human immunodeficiency virus. And the methods of transmission from an infected to a healthy person are through sexual contact, through blood transfusion, use of infected needle or syringe or blade, etc. And it also gets transmitted from an infected mother to her fetus during her pregnancy or also to a baby during breastfeeding. Prevention of AIDS. Avoid transfusion of infected blood. This can be done by testing whether the blood is HIV negative or not. That is why nowadays, whenever we go for any blood tests, you might have seen that disposable syringes are used. In the olden days and all, that was not the case. The same syringe was used for many people together. But nowadays, for any person, any number of checkups you go, you go for disposable syringes because this disease can be spread through the blood transfusion. Second point, always use disposable needle and syringes. Avoid sexual contact with unknown person and avoid the same razor used in the saloons. Like when you go to the barber shops or to the hair cutting saloons, the same razor is used for a number of people. And if a particular person is found to be infected, then your chances of getting that disease is also more.